how to get paid gigs. They think like the struggle is part of the journey and they have to keep the struggle.
I feel like there's so many people who are like, oh, I'm so funny. People think they're so hilarious.
Yeah.
What made you actually do it?
I even snuck on stage before that somewhere else just to get the awful comedy out of the way as
How did
quick
it
as
go?
I could. Horrible, because
First
I didn't
time
have
on
a set
stage?
list. I am the New York Knicks of tutors.
He's delivered over 14,000 hours of tutoring. All right, welcome to another episode of the Don't Do Nothing podcast. Today I have a super fun guest. It's going to be a fun conversation. Mr. Evan Wecksell.
Yeah.
So Evan is a comedian. Are you a stand-up comedian?
Comedian with a guitar. Like Adam Sandler-ish.
You're going to have to explain that to me.
I will.
I'm super excited to hear about that.
Okay.
So he's performed in 48 states, and the two are not Hawaii and Alaska, as you
I've
might
been there.
expect.
Yeah.
It's Arkansas and Mississippi, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Well, we'll have to hit those.
Yeah.
Private tutor.
Yep.
You're a professional private tutor. He's delivered over 14,000 hours of tutoring,
Yep.
which is bananas. Podcaster and author, and he ran for California State Senate in 2020, and he was written onto the ballot by over 800 people.
Yeah.
That's some serious marketing. And he just so happens to be a Scientologist.
Who knew?
Surprise!
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. This is out and out. I've loved the show. I've been seeing all the episodes. I've been doing my research. I feel like I'm ready to up to present time now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, super excited to have you.
Yeah.
And so, we were driving over here together, and I was like, dude, you're a comedian. I've been a comedian in my mind for 33 years. I'm 33 years old. So when you walk into a room and you tell people you're a comedian, what is the typical response that you get?
They want me to tell them a joke. But, as a comedian, you're a storyteller. The joke I always tell, which is not my joke, is why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
I don't know why.
It was dead. And that's off color, but that's the one I have. And that has like a 78% success rate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Okay.
I thought it was funny. It's just unexpected.
It is. You want to catch them with something that'll be like, I like the pause. I like the initial like catching off guard of comedy sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. And then what is your, obviously, thank you for the walk in the room joke. What, like, why? Why are you actually a comedian? Because I feel like there's so many people who are like, oh, I'm so funny. People think they're so hilarious.
Yeah.
What made you actually do it?
I went to college, Tufts University near Boston, Massachusetts. Went in as a child development major because I had 3 younger sisters. I'm an excellent camp counselor. But then, junior year, my major changed a little. Senior year, my mom and my dad were like, do some economics. I'm like, okay, I'll take some econ classes. And then I graduate and, you get your degree and it's like, okay, what's next? Yeah. So I got an internship actually with the National Hockey League. I networked and it all actually worked out. Yeah, I was actually in
You're from New York. Are you
from
big hockey
Long Island, New York.
Long Island.
I was at this internship actually at the National Hockey League during 9/11. So I was like in Rockefeller Center and I hear the interns yelling like, "Oh my God." And like it's like, we're all like basically the office is cleared out within 30 minutes and we're all going home, and I'm walking 100 blocks that day because of all that was going on that day. But I was an intern. That internship ran out. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'll do this sports marketing seminar at NYU. And my last presentation was about the WNBA and agent athlete representation.
Yeah.
And
wait, hold on. I want to pause you for a second. So you were in New York City on 9/11 in 2000. Wow.
Yeah, right in Manhattan. I'm like walking down the streets and I see the smoke coming up and everything. Yeah. And it was crazy. And it's everyone you could feel like the group like impact in Manhattan those days after it. And everyone was a lot kinder then.
Really?
Everyone we're all going through it. And this is before I knew anything about Scientology. I mean, I knew, we were heroes at Ground Zero and the rescue workers sweating out the blue sludge from doing purification program there. But yeah, it was crazy. And it was like, this was like my second week at the internship and everyone's kind of spooked. But
wow,
I was there, man.
Dude, that's wild.
So, and yeah, and it's tough, sometimes, you hear like sometimes insensitive jokes, I always like to stem those insensitive jokes. So I'm like, dude, I was there that day. So you better check yourself before you wreck yourself
Oh,
because,
yeah.
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 So, yeah, I remember like I used to work in World Trade One. I
Good, I
worked
won't tell
for,
any 9/11 jokes.
don't know. I worked for the Boomer
It's a
Esiason
joke. I would
Foundation.
never.
Yeah, I worked for this like Boomer Esiason was an NFL quarterback and he championed cystic fibrosis and they do amazing work. But I was an intern summers in One World Trade on like the 101st floor. And like his brokerage that donated the office space was a brokerage that donated space to Boomer. And they lost like most of the people on 9/11. So yeah, it's a glum way to start our interview.
Yeah.
But it was it was quite a tremendous, like, impactful moment for everyone in Manhattan that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Totally. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. Okay, please continue.
Oh, no, that was
On your
on my
story. On
comedy
your
journey.
story. Yeah, on your
Yes.
comedy journey. Yeah.
So I'm doing that internship. The NHL internship runs out. So I'm like, what do I do next? I take this seminar at NYU for sports, entertainment, events, marketing. And the last presentation, have to talk about the WNBA, and all I'm doing is like hand puppets during it. And the professor's like, I'm not going to give you feedback because I just want you to get on the stage. So as I started,
hold on. What do you mean you're doing hand puppets?
I'm like doing like, I'm the agent and I'm the athlete and I'm going to get what I'm worth. I don't even remember. It was all a blur. But that was my role in the group presentation to show we could apply the principles of marketing to whatever venue that was.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yes.
That was a class presentation.
Yes.
And you decided to do hand puppets.
That's right. It was a continued education. So there are people there like my age. There are people there 30 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing all this in front of.
There are people who are 100 years old. There. No,
100 years old. But still kicking. Yes. So.
Okay, so the guy says, I want to get you on stage.
She's like, you should get on stage.
Lady.
So there was a guy there too. He was actually an NFL agent also doing the seminar. But I took classes at the comic strip on the Upper East Side, and I would walk there once a week with my new internship, which was the New York Roadrunners who put on the New York City Marathon.
Wait, hold on. How did comedy get it? Like where you're just all of a sudden
I was just always
comedian?
a goof.
Yeah.
my Mount Rushmore of movies growing up was Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
It's like the first movies I've made my kids watch. So first movies I've made my kids watch again. So those are my defining picks. That's my GIFs on my phone will all originate from those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but the teacher says, I want to get you on stage. That wasn't like in a comedy class. So that was in a sports marketing class, wasn't it?
She wanted me to go on a comedy stage because
randomly
she saw something. Everything's entertainment. I mean, sports is entertainment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was able to captivate the audience. Let's get on the stage.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm taking 8 weeks of a class and I'm learning it and I'm going to get on stage at the end of the 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I even snuck on stage before that somewhere else just to get the awful comedy out of the way as quick as I could. Horrible because I didn't have a set list. You need a set list.
You need a set list of jokes or gags or whatever.
Yeah, I had because I was doing stand-up only for the first year and a half. Then I started taking guitar in college to apply the theory of my child development major class to a new hobby. So I used the professor's approach of what intelligence is as it applies to taking a new hobby.
Yeah.
And I started taking 8 weeks of guitar lessons to cover Bon Jovi songs.
Yeah.
Really, initially.
Yeah.
But I put the guitar.
Wanted.
That's the only riff I've ever played. It's the best riff I know. I was printing out Wanted Dead or Alive, Living on a Prayer. A lot of his Destination Anywhere was a solo album that came out when I was learning it.
Yeah.
But then I put the guitar and the comedy together and it seemed to be great. I wrote very twisted songs in the beginning. I stand by those songs. I wouldn't dare say the titles of them or the content of them. They've been pulled down. I'm sorry. But I'm very happy with my current material. And it was
too profane even for the internet.
I know. Some of them are very fun.
Twisted.
I just think if I were to do something in the public realm again, it would not be best for me to be calling back to those hidden jewels.
Okay.
They're like in the trunk. You know, those are songs that just stay in the trunk. You play them for yourselves when you're happy, when you want to just reminisce.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved on.
Okay, so you combined guitar and comedy, and is it an oversimplification to say that you wrote hilarious songs?
Yes.
That is an oversimplification.
No,
Or that's
no,
pretty
that's
accurate. That's
a
pretty
good
accurate.
elevator pitch.
Okay.
I wrote hilarious songs.
Yeah.
Or I could probably describe my show as a comedy pep rally. Because I'm trying, because it's not so much about my
So
material.
cheerleaders too,
It's about your
and like big
material.
letters.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I want to go to, like, I do a lot of colleges and universities.
Yeah.
I want to go to that college and be like, I could talk about me. I could give you my story through my material,
Yeah.
but I want to know what your deal is. I want to know what's going on campus. I
Yeah.
want to have you guys on stage because I have bits ready to go that look a lot better with you on stage next to me and me playing the material rather than me just by myself having a conversation with myself on stage.
Oh, okay.
So I want the students dancing on stage. I want to do a list about the school I'm at. I want to push all the right buttons
Yeah.
and get them to yell things at me.
Okay, so is that your okay, so let's just continue the story because I think my question will get answered.
Yeah.
So you start that was in, where was that, New York City? Where you just started hitting comedy clubs?
I started, I was living at home with my parents triumphantly after college. Probably would still be there if I'd never met my wife. And I was trying to do
Oh my gosh, I'm
spots.
sorry, left that out of the bio. Husband, any kids? I didn't ask.
2 kids.
2 beautiful children.
2 lovely kids, lovely
Yeah.
boys. They're in a pool right now down the street.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Supervised.
Supervised.
Record.
There's lots of kids around right now. Yeah. So, what was the question again?
Okay, so so you're going around. I assume at this point you just start hitting comedy clubs to start refining the bits.
It
like
was
the act.
unique because I'm a comedian with a guitar, but also I'm on Long Island, so I'm driving around Long Island at night from like 6 p.m. to maybe 1 or 2 a.m., seeing what's open where on what evening, and then going home late, sleeping 2 to 8, and then I go back to the internship in Manhattan the next day.
Oh.
Sometimes I can go to open mics or club spots after work, but I'm cutting my teeth on Long Island stages, which are mainly music venues.
Yeah.
And my first time going up on stage was actually a poetry night. So it's like,
dude, was it poetry slam?
There was some slamming, or there was just some introspective, gothic, sad poetry going on. But I'm like the comic relief that goes on stage, and try as I might, give it my old little engine that could attempts on stage. And I just kept coming back. And that's really where, like, there were venues on Long Island where, like, that's where I was formative, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what
then,
what do you think was the funniest set you ever did back in the Long Island days?
I think there was a set where I went, it was called the Downtown in Farmingdale. It's since closed down, but I saw great bands there. Maybe like 1,000 people could get in there. And there was just
That's
like
a pretty big crowd, isn't it?
It's a pretty decent. No, it was a great stage. It was a great sound setup. I'm like, I'm not worthy of this. I'm just like, like singer-songwriter setup.
Yeah.
But I come back and I sing like a song about emo. Like, emo has been a constant presence in my life, in my material.
Oh, really?
And about like just like a mock emo song, like what emo problems really are about, not like relationship. They're really oh my gosh, I'm never gonna own a home. Like, that's emo stuff. So I play this song on stage, play this other song, and I have like my mailing list. I have someone at the venue like holding my mailing list, and I had free like burned CDs after my set.
Wait, what's a mailing list?
The things where you're like, you want people to write their emails
like physical
on it.
address.
Yeah, like here's
got it,
paper and like give me your email.
Yeah.
And I had such a rush of incoming like fandom after that open mic set.
No way.
And it was like I got 40 people that night on my mailing list just because the songs like hit, and like the host was like, that's something right there that you just pulled off.
Yeah.
And so it was amazing to have those kinds of moments.
And that's back when like 40 people on a mailing list was like a big deal.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't even have like a platform. This is probably pre-Constant Contact and all that. So I'm just like typing them all in, and
You just like send the emails one by one,
So
like put them all on the CC
that's
line.
sometimes what I do. I do resort to that sometimes with my outreach. Like I always get like the replies. I got to reply to these people. It's been months
Yeah.
because as a comedian, like most of my gigs, I'm the hustler. Like I've had agents,
Uh,
I do it myself. Like I know who the gatekeepers are, so I
mhm.
know who to hunt down and make connections with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I'm 99% of the stuff, it's all me.
Wow.
So yeah.
So, okay, where does it go from there? How like and how this has just been your career, basically your whole like or kind of like on the side. How does it play in with like the rest of your life?
I started comedy like a year after college
Yeah.
and I was, I was a good open mic success.
Yeah.
I meet my wife at the train station to show how random this is. We went to the same high school. We never met.
Yeah.
She was a year older, better reputation than me, top of the popularity food chain.
Yeah.
She
Oh, were
was
you class clown in school?
ish, but I wasn't.
Ish?
That wasn't my rep. I was probably more just known as being like a dork or
Oh,
like just
wow.
like a track trombone playing
Yeah.
nerdish kind of thin guy.
Wow.
And but I was going into I met her on the train platform for our hometown station. She's going in to work out with a personal trainer because I think she was hungover from the night before.
Yeah.
And I'm going to an open mic at a black poetry club in Lower Manhattan. So the chances of us meeting with those circumstances already in place,
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then there it is.
Yeah?
Like, yeah.
Did you tell her where you were going?
Yeah, I told her where I was going. I told her I was a comedian because she's a funny person. She's like into all the theater stuff, and I
Yeah.
gave her my CD, and I think she called me, and we were both living with our parents, like a mile away from each other, and
Gents, the CD.
the sick or no CD,
The CD
or at least have
pickup
the
line.
Spotify playlist ready to go. And I guess now, but it just worked out where we
Yeah.
hung out, and she had to have her come to, I guess, ethical moment because like she was going down a certain path, and
Yeah.
I know we're gonna get into the Scientology part of this, but like
Yeah.
as a Scientologist, she wrote what was called a condition, a formula
Yeah.
for her relationships, and after she did this, she met me 2 days later,
Wow.
and even though there were some bumps in the beginning, she dumped me 2 weeks in, but then she came crawling back. So, came to my place of work, wanted to have a conversation. I'm like, "Okay. Hey, boss, I need an hour." And then it all worked out from there.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's kind of like complete the comedy story arc.
Yes.
So where did it go from kind of like the intro, like going around Long Island, evenings?
And starting to outreach for schools, and then this kinda ties into actually how I got into Scientology,
Yeah, oh, perfect. Yeah.
which was through my wife. Like,
Yeah.
she was volunteering at a Celebrity Center New York, which
Yeah.
is a building in, Upper East Side, I think a brownstone, and, she mentioned it to me. I didn't know, I mean, I knew she was Jewish, I was Jewish,
Yeah.
I guess I'm a Scientology Jew, but, Scientologist, I don't know, however you wanna say it. But it's something I just didn't know
You're
about.
not the only one I know. I know many,
Hey,
actually. Yeah.
there are many Scientology Hanukkah parties I have played Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song at. Where O.J. Simpson, and then everyone goes, "Not a Jew." That's right. So it's been, yeah. So she told me about it. I got in like a walkthrough of Celebrity Center in New York, and then I knew her brother actually worked at the Celebrity Center in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Seems great." I mean, my life is kind of, okay-ish.
Yeah.
But luckily I was able to sabotage myself enough to be able to jeopardize the relationship enough to where I could start doing courses. And as I moved and followed her to Los Angeles
Yeah.
in 2005.
Wait, hold up. Can you
Yes.
explain what you just said?
I
didn't follow what you
self-sabot
just
almo
said.
I almost sa I almost, like, messed around,
Yeah.
on her
Yeah.
when I didn't have to,
Yeah, yeah.
and I didn't necessarily, engage in that, but there was, it's just a bad decision.
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
bad
yeah.
decision that
Close
I'm
call.
thankful for. Yeah, it's a close call.
Yeah.
Like, I was on the phone with her all night, like, "I'm worried about this." And she's like, "Just you stick it out." I'm being very ambiguous, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to
It's fine.
protect the innocent.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Um, but I knew that was gonna be some ditch digging. I was digging my ditch that night, and I'd have to be digging myself out of it because I know we were getting married, like, a month or 2 later, or we're getting engaged a month or 2 later.
Oh, okay.
So, now that I have that baggage,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, there's something I need to kinda fix because of that happening."
Oh, I got it. Okay.
And this is where the timing of she's a Scientologist.
Mm,
I'm meeting her brother in Hollywood. He's telling me more about Scientology, and I'm like, "Sure, let's do a course. Let's do it's the Personal Values and Integrity
mm.
introductory course," where I basically say, "It's the course not to
Fantastic
do dumb
course.
stuff."
Mhm.
And I tell this too because I even now do seminars at Celebrity Center where I'm like, "This is the course I did." Like, I talked to new artists about this. Um, and then from there, it was
The course not to do dumb stuff.
the
That's a
course not to
great
do
elevator
dumb
pitch for
stuff.
that
That's the
course.
G-rated description I give of that
Oh, yeah.
course. And then it was overcoming ups and downs. Little did I know that there's so many tiers of how you can really get into the weeds of how much do you really want to overcome the ups and downs? Because you can overcome it at like a surface level, or you can really dive in and pull out all the weeds.
Mhm.
And I was able to to go in the first time.
Mhm.
And from there, while this was happening, while I was on these courses, I was outreaching with comedy. I was sending my VHS tapes at the tail end of the
Oh my
VHS era,
gosh, dude. Wow.
and I'm sending them out to New England, all these New England schools, like, "Here's my VHS tape." And I had colleges not just not replying and not just, throwing them out. I had one mail my VHS tape back to me. Like, they invested the money in the postage to just get my material out of their space. I'm like, "Why?" I think I'm
They
good.
must have really liked it.
I don't know, or they wanted me to save the planet.
They're
I don't
like,
know.
"This is a national treasure. You need to preserve this."
Yes, preserve it because we don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
it.
Oh my god.
But as I was walking back to the car after going on course one day, I got a
Yeah.
voicemail from one of those New England colleges like, "Hi, this is Breck at Bryant University,
Yeah.
Rhode Island. Do you want a headline?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Okay, what do you need?" Like, and I quoted them really low. If I could do it over again, I would have doubled my price, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
What'd you charge on the first one?
$650.
$650.
Which is
Yeah.
not I should have done. I try to do probably if you're gonna play colleges, you wanna go over 1,000. I would say 1,500 is middle range.
Yeah.
If you're not like a household name, obviously colleges have budgets for, the big names, like, there's like, we have a $10,000 allocation for, like, the headliner, or we have a $100,000 for the person from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I charge low, but it was, still to, like, rent the car and then drive up there and do my set and then have that done and then be like, "Oh my gosh, I can just keep doing this."
Yeah.
And I'd have like these 5-figure months where I would go, like, I would do 4 colleges in 4 states in 4 days. And I
Yeah.
was like racking up the Delta miles, and I was racking up the experience and just seeing audiences and passing out my stuff. And
Yeah.
who knew?
Yeah.
And it was great. I was just climbing that ladder and showcasing at conferences for buyers to see me. And
Yeah.
yeah, I still do it today. Like, doing shows is like vacation for me.
Yeah.
Like, to be on a stage and be able to uplift and like make them happier and like have them get like stuff off their chest during my show, I also allow that.
Yeah?
So yeah, like I have them write like fmylife.com
Yeah.
was a website which is now like, on social media where people just like vent about horrible things that have happened to them.
Oh, wow.
My thing is, let me write a song about it and let me have you guys write your own and let's read them on stage and just see who wants to get stuff off their chest.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Anonymously, voluntarily.
Best user-generated content ever.
Because, like, if the audience is tight, like, I
Yeah.
know I got to go to that because that loosens everyone. I know, like, I
Mm.
time out my show where it gets better and better. If they're with me for like the first 15, like,
Yeah.
great. But I know I'll get them, like, FML will loosen them up. Then all of a sudden, I'm gonna do stuff about their school. Then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I'm gonna bring them on stage. Then all of a sudden, I'm gonna write a song with me using Mad Libs. So
Yeah.
it's all kind of fun stuff. Like,
That's awesome.
that's why I say, like, pep rally. Let's just get them leaving in a better shape than they came in.
Dude, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Okay, so you said celebrity center a couple times. I think we should define
Yeah.
that just like as a term. So
Right.
what is a celebrity center?
Well, there's lots of churches of Scientology, there's lots of organizations, but there are some that L. Ron Hubbard dedicated just to artists. So a celebrity center is such a building. Like they're all over the world. There's one in Paris.
Mhm.
There's one connected to the church in Las Vegas. International, like the headquarters is in Hollywood. I first walked through the one in New York City.
Yeah.
So it's like there's one in Nashville. Like
Yeah.
wherever there's like a good hub of artists that like it's like I tell people it's the sanest place for artists in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like we're here to they're here to foster artists because my brother-in-law always says when you shine a lot of light, you attract a lot of mosquitoes.
Wow, when you shine a lot of light, you attract a lot of mosquitoes. That's true. And they suck blood.
They suck blood and they like the taste.
Yeah.
So they're going to
and
keep
they can
sucking.
give you malaria.
They can. They can. You may need the shot for that. I'm not sure.
So you just need a mosquito net. Walk around
You
with
just
it all
walk
the time.
around in the net, but you have to if you really want to get your communication lines, your voice out there in the world. You've got to be able to walk through the mosquitoes.
Yeah, you can't retract. Like that will never work for an artist.
Yeah, and I had a show like a few weeks ago. I like to do even these high school grad parties where I go on at 2 a.m. because the parents,
Oh, wow.
because these kids are up all night. We want to keep the kids off not drinking and driving. We want to keep them locked into the high school, having fun.
Yeah.
And I did my show at 2 a.m. They're rowdy. They're turning into gremlins, but at the same time, they're digging the show.
Yeah.
But I had someone say vile stuff to me right at the end of the show, like as I was giving out like my merch or something I did during the show. And she's like, "You are a blank blank." And I'm like, "Well, what didn't you like?" And she told me, and I'm like, "Just a mosquito."
Yeah.
Because, you have to have a thick skin,
Yeah.
but it's okay to be hurt by something, but it's be able to brush it off and assign it a certain significance
Yeah.
to when you encounter just bad vibes from others. And I'm training, actually, I've been training to be a Scientology counselor, which is an auditor. So I can have someone on the other side of the table from me and I can actually help them be less aberrated, I guess,
Mhm.
where, I know it was my first show as a trained auditor in front of an audience and just being able to look at them almost like it was an auditing session, but but it's like comedy.
Yeah.
But it's the same dynamic. It's let me make sure I'm acknowledging what they're saying and not labeling them in any way and not making fun of them in any way,
Mhm.
but just grant them who they are as an audience.
Yeah.
And it just felt like I had
acknowledge them for who they are.
who they are.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys just graduated high school. You busted your chops for 4 years and now here's your this is the culmination.
Or you didn't, and you got through anyways.
Or you're gonna just hang out here next fall and be the sketchy super senior. Either way, this night is for you. I'm here for you guys. So it's just kind of cool. I felt like I was offering more care to the audience than I had in the past.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
dude, I love the mosquito metaphor.
It's a great line.
It's better than some people will call them energy vampires or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's mosquito is a better term because it's tiny and all it takes is a little and it's gone or completely crushed,
Yeah, man. And I'm on social and sometimes I'll see the celebrities I look up to and they have
who are
these,
some celebrities you look up to?
oh, geez, I don't want to name. Okay, fine.
Just say one.
So here's the thing. I'm a big Bon Jovi fan, but and I'm in a very happy place right now. My New York Knicks just won the NBA title.
Congratulations.
So this is
congratulations.
This is heaven.
I don't know if you can see it. He's a dedicated. He has a Jets hat on.
And it's in black because I'm always mourning the team in their current state.
He pulled it out of his bag, and I was like, "Wow, that's a bad team."
It's a
nice hat.
It was discounted at the NFL store. So you know what? That's why I'm a Scientology Jew. I know there's always a good deal to be had somewhere.
Oh my god!
Yes, challah. Anyway, so where were you coming from again?
I forgot about
Me too.
the hat. I made the mosquito
celebrities
remark. Yeah, the celebrity.
so
So what's a celebrity you look up to?
Well, I looked up to John Bon Jovi as my guy.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan, I never got to meet Hulk Hogan. I know he lived in Clearwater.
Yeah.
I never got to meet him, but he was my guy growing up. But I wish there was a reality where Richie Sambora could come back to Bon Jovi,
Oh, yeah.
but they're you keep stoking a fire that's not burning,
Mhm.
and I see that stuff on social media, and it's like, "Dude, you gotta just there's gotta be mosquitoes around you if you're acting
Mm.
out on social, and you're having these, like, reply binges and these
Oh, yeah.
you're acknowledging the nasty stuff online. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why, like, to be a celeb, it's like posting and ghosting, I feel like is the way to go
Mhm.
because you just never know.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be just like a contrarian,
Mhm.
a reactive reply, and you get it away.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. For anybody that I've ever seen where they're really interested in what the comments say, I'm
Yeah.
always like, "Brother." Wait, like, if somebody's, like, really interested in their own social media and they're, like, trying to gain a following and they're,
Yeah.
like, really interested in the comments,
Yeah.
like, I have a lot of experience with comments on social media, like, our we for what I do in my private life, we
Right.
post on every platform 6 times a day for the
Perfect.
business, right?
Yeah.
On every platform. So,
Excellent.
it's like an load of content going out, so we get a lot of inflow back, a lot of
Right.
comments, DMs, whatever. It is literally the policy is it is ignored. It is not cleaned up. It's just like just like what you said,
Right.
post and then go away. That's it. You
Yeah,
know?
it's, the internet is undefeated in bringing you down
That's right.
if you're on there enough.
Yeah.
So, it's like
If you let it use you, you
yeah,
know?
it's like if it my dad always calls me, he's like, "Are you following the news these days?" I'm like, "When have you watched the news and ever felt better about yourself and the world by
Yeah.
the end of watching the news?" So, it's
Yeah.
kinda like that with social, like, I'll heart and comment on stuff to engage,
Yeah.
but there's just some silly stuff where it's not worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I had well, I mean, I ran for office in 2020, and once my message got out and, like, the vultures kinda got a hold of it,
Yeah.
like, lots of mosquitoes at
Okay,
that
let's
time.
let's go to that. What is
Yeah.
how why, who, how, when, like
Uh, yeah. So I was at
What
home
made you wanna do this?
tell you
Yeah.
well, I was at home one day, and the landline rings, which I never pick up,
Hold on, wait a minute. It's 2020 and you
and
have a
we
landline?
still had a landline because it was like the fax line.
Dude,
It was for faxes, but
what's a
cur
fax?
exactly. So the phone calls, and I'm with my son, and I'm like,
Do you receive faxes?
"Not anymore." I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
but
In 2020,
I
did you?
think I used it for the sake of comedy contracts. So, like,
Oh,
if I
okay.
wanted to send the right paperwork, I
Yeah.
wanted to be able to, like, send the W-9
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something, then that's what I do.
yeah.
But the phone rings.
Your email didn't work, you couldn't use a scanner and email a
Yeah,
PDF or anything?
yeah,
I'm
I did have a
sorry.
scanner then. No, I should. But pick up the phone, my son's with me, I'm like, "Answer this, and just answer this phone call
Do
because
people
I don't
do this to
recognize the
you where
number."
they're just like, "Look how funny I am," whenever you talk to
You
them? Like
can it's okay.
okay.
I'll just consider you a heckler. You're a heckler, it's okay.
But like a loving heckler.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. And I told my get my son, "Just pick up the phone and just ask, 'Are you my dad?'" Just to, like, have my son just pick up because I didn't recognize the number, it was like a random number. And then my son's like, says that, and then he hands me the phone, and I'm like, "Hello?" And "Hi, this is, Ted Brown from the Libertarian Party of Los Angeles. Your state senator is running unopposed. Would you like to, run against him?" And I'm like, "Okay." Alright. I don't know.
Evan Wecksell, he takes solicitor calls and says yes to what they ask.
I said
Put him on
yes.
every list on the planet. This is your prospect.
I don't know what
Dude, that's wild.
the guy was just going down
Good on you
lists.
for just, like, going for it, dude.
He was just going down a list calling people in the
Yeah,
area,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, he would have found someone after me if I had not called.
Yeah,
So it was like a 3-month cycle, like,
yeah,
of me, like, filing the paperwork and running as a write-in candidate,
yeah,
and, it came to it brought people together in a way, like, there were just some laws in California that I wasn't a fan of, and I have
yeah.
made things a little more logistically difficult for me, and I figure, like, let me just give this a shot.
Like the whole can't leave your home thing.
It was right before that.
Oh,
So, like,
before
if I
that?
had
Oh my
advanced, I would
gosh.
have come up against that. So this was right up
Mm.
until COVID, but, I raised barely any money. I mean, most of the money went towards like yard signs and texting the other libertarians in the district about, hey, you're gonna vote for me.
Yeah.
But I say to
You
people,
want to
it
hear
was
something hilarious on
yes.
yard signs? My dad, back in 2016, this would have been 2018 probably. He ran for county commissioner up in Pasco County, which is just, you probably aren't super, it's one county north of Pinellas.
Okay.
Yeah. So just north of here where I grew up. He ran for county commissioner and did not win. Not even close.
Right.
Not even second place, which is terrible. But we were having yard signs made, and I was like, I'm like, okay, these yard signs need to get attention. Like they need to be different somehow. Like all of them are kind of the same. They're all like this, boom, like, and then you put your name and some cutesy saying, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what if we do this? How do they make the yard signs? So we go to the guy's shop where he has the yard signs, and the yard signs come in this bigger, they come in big plastic sheets, and then they cut them.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm like, wait, what if instead of cutting the yard signs, like they're kind of like long and rectangular, right? I'm like, what if cutting them this way, we cut them this way and made the same number, but made them twice as tall and put them on a stand, and it's a giant triangle like this.
Oh,
like
that's
a giant right triangle.
Nice.
And so that's what we did. So we had like 600 of these made.
And it stood out visually.
Oh, dude, it was like, I mean, he still lost, so don't take it clearly wasn't effective.
Yeah.
But those yard signs, you could see them from a mile away, and we had so many of them, and they were so like funny looking. That's my yard sign story.
It was.
I was super proud of those yard signs.
I still have a few in my garage, like just because. Like I had a nice, like politically ambiguous slogan to go along with it, like "Your rights matter." That was my slogan.
Yeah.
I found that it was. I say to people, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. It brought people together. Never doing it again.
Yeah.
I just thought it was taking away from the good I could do, whether it was mostly just because as a Scientologist, like we have programs we're involved in, whether it's curbing drug use, like letting human rights be known to others, or just making the world happier. Let's bring crime down with the way to happiness.
Yeah.
And for those months, like I felt like I was taking away from it. Like there's no like reference, like, or there's no like data on like you can never do anything political if you're a Scientologist. Like we're not political at all. Like there's like, and I've donated to all parties.
Individual Scientologists can be as political or not as they want. That's
absolutely.
Like if I want to go run for president next year, for the Green Party as a Scientologist, I'm allowed to do that. That's what
right. I mean, we've had people, and again, there's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, exactly.
And I look at politics as like whatever party I see it as like it's an incomplete cycle because you need the other half. Like it's you need the dichotomy because if you're fighting for one side, it's like, what about the other side? Because there's some things you can do that the other side can't do. And that's the good thing. Like if you're just investing your time in like, like betterment programs to like just help your community or like give solutions to politicians of any affiliation. Like, I feel like that does more good than being like, I'm just going to go hard this aisle or hard that aisle. Because, I mean, I'm also a big wrestling fan. I have a t-shirt. It's like politics is wrestling. Yeah. So it's all just script writing.
It's all a fugazi.
And there's just not enough flips in politics. Wrestling has enough flips.
And
so if you like the ongoing drama, it's like
what if there were more chairs being thrown in politics? Would that satisfy you?
I would like it. It would be nice if like someone like snuck up behind, like if maybe when they were coming after like getting Joe Biden to step down, if like maybe Kamala had a steel chair, I'm like, oh my God, that's Kamala's music. And then bam, new person running. That would be entertaining.
I think we should just reform all American politics to be like WWE.
Or just slap fighting. I think that's a new thing.
Power slap?
The power slap. Yeah.
Yes.
That can be kind of insane.
Dude, that would be insane. But they wear mouthpieces because they get hit so hard?
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's
there was an old former wrestler that did that fight and like he knocked someone right out.
Really?
Yeah, it was rough.
Oh, that's intense.
Dude.
Okay, we should. Man, this has been quite a little whirlwind tour here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Scientology because you brought it up. how give me the exact, like, specific detailed mechanics of how you found Scientology. Like, I know it's
Um,
through your wife, but what happened?
um, I almost, like, messed up our relationship,
Oh,
and
and one other thing, had you heard of Scientology before this or no?
not really. I
Yeah,
mean, I had maybe I'd heard the name L. Ron Hubbard in passing, but I never really, like, fell into anything where it was in front of me. I mean,
yeah,
I don't even know if I knew too much about, like, the celebrities that were Scientologists. I mean,
yeah.
I knew there were a bunch, but I just kind of knew about it through my wife. It was, like, kinda like to her, it was the last thing she was gonna tell me about her.
Oh,
She was holding back on it a little bit,
yeah,
but, I mean, to each their own, but
yeah.
I'm like, I had no attention on it either way. Like, it was just like, "Okay, tell me." Like, a lot of people are like, "What is
How
Scientology?"
how old were you guys when you met?
25-ish?
And she had like, it was a recent thing she'd found or
She'd
she
found it a few years prior,
okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was volunteering at the time,
Mhm.
and she was like, it's like, she it was in her blood. Like,
Yeah.
she was like hardcore, like, just like now it's in my blood, and I don't know, I just started taking the courses. I'm very practical with it. I'm not overly, like, significant on necessarily, like, the religion aspect of religion, and, um, I wanted something that worked.
Yep.
Like, we all wanna just get better and improve, and the fact that I, could spiritually improve, as well as administratively improve,
Yeah.
as well as interpersonally improve,
Mhm.
like, that's what I was going for. It's like, just like, "What else you got?" It's like, just feed me this stuff, because it's like, it's
Mm.
amazing."
Mm.
And, like, you always come out better than when you started, and I think that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
So, I just gradually I was doing my courses and my auditing at Celebrity Center, and then I kinda just carried it out from there, and I feel like I've reached a great stage, and you're always looking for more,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. So, question,
Yes.
like, is there a? Because I actually don't know the answer to this. Is
Okay.
there, like, what is the kind of, like is there a requirement for somebody to go do services at a celebrity center?
No, no, you
Like, do they
just
have to be an artist, or is there,
not
like, a
necessarily.
certain
I mean, in a way, we're all artists in our life. We're all creating our lives in
Mm,
various ways. We're all, like, painting that canvas.
yeah,
So that's not necessarily like, oh, I have to be a singer to go to Celebrity Center.
yeah,
Like, anyone can go to Celebrity Center. Like, someone who does construction can go to Celebrity Center, or yeah, someone who can just, like, is an entrepreneur can go to Celebrity
yeah.
Center. Like,
That's
any
actually
walks of
more me than
life.
the construction thing.
That's fine. Someone who remodels kitchen doors can go to Celebrity Center. So it's really, it welcomes everyone, like, because, art and, like, the idea of creating and, like,
Mhm.
just, like, having your digital footprint or your artistic stamp in life, like, that's all part of it. Like, a lot of the same courses in Celebrity Center can be done at any church, but we have an art course there where,
Yeah.
like, I was able to take the art course, and the music and the comedy songs I wrote during those years were like, "Mwah, like, that's some good pasta. Mwah," it was, like, a great
Yeah?
song, cause, like, it was, like, exactly what I wanted to communicate in the exact tone, and it
Oh,
broke
wow.
down just, and that's for anyone who has messaging, like
Yeah.
marketing messaging, public relations messaging.
Mm.
That's something Celebrity Center has, but they also have, like, a lot of, like, showcases and, introductory seminars. Like, I do a lot of, um, comedians that are new,
Mhm.
or comedians that are stuck, or
Mhm.
comedians who plateau.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done seminars for them where I give my story, I give promotional advice,
Mhm.
but I also give them the basics of Scientology,
Mhm.
so that this is how you make connections, like, this is how you're good in an audition,
Mm.
so that, they have something to go off of.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's amazing.
What's like if a comedian sees this and they're like, "I'm stuck," what's like the first thing? Obviously, there's probably multiple things that could
Right.
be happening. What's one thing you would tell them, like, "Hey, look for this," or like,
Well, I'm finding the button where it's like, "Where are you withholding?" Like, what is
"Where are
it?
you withholding?"
What are you like? Because I mean, they probably have the material, And a lot of times they're doing the open mics, but they're doing the same shows and the same shows. They're not getting paid. And
You're
they're like,
so just so I understand, you're saying
yes,
they have, like, hilarious material that they're just not using, or they have material that they are using,
I
but
feel like they're
yeah,
withholding in terms of letting their stuff be known.
yeah.
And a lot of times for them, that means social media. Like they're just
Mm.
not utilizing social, or they're like, I don't want someone to know my material before they see me live. I'm like, how many views are you going to get on your TikTok?
Oh
500?
my gosh.
How many people are there in the world?
That's totally their
8
consideration, isn't it?
billion? Yeah.
That's totally it.
They're afraid they don't want to get discovered. I'm like,
Oh,
I
and it's
know
completely reversed.
you want, like, even though, like, with an artist, like a singer, like,
Mhm.
no, I want you to play Living on a Prayer.
Yeah.
And like with me, it's like, you should want to have the top 10 things about your campus
Mhm.
because I did it for all those 100 places. You should want that too. And I give it to them.
Mhm.
So they're withholding on social media, or they're withholding even like how to get paid gigs. They think like the struggle is part of the journey and they have to keep the struggle. And
Oh, the starving artist
yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you can set yourself up that way, but
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like if you are, um, just find out, like, where can you get paid, and that's where, like, I'm dropping the websites you can sign up for, whether it's free or not free, to get listed.
Mm.
Like, there's websites, like, if you're an artist, like, The Bash is something I'm a member of, or
Mm.
there's, like, even, like, Thumbtack, and that's for all kinds of things, but I've
Mm.
gotten leads on comedy things, and I've booked comedy
From
gigs.
Thumbtack?
Yeah, because
Dude,
Thumbtack's
that's awesome.
I know Thumbtack's really good for, like, household stuff
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and career stuff and tutoring stuff, but
Yeah.
Thumbtack's really good also, like, they're looking for MCs, you're looking for musicians, you're looking for comedians.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so there's Thumbtack, and it's just a matter of, like, do you wanna pay for that or do you not wanna pay for that? So, I had a singer that,
I
like,
mean, if it pays you, it's probably worth it to pay for it.
yeah, and it's amazing, like, I have these like, a comedian that happened to also play, like, 16 different instruments, but wants nothing to do with that. Or I had a musician that came to a seminar and she's like, "I spent $800 on this wedding marketing entertainment thing and nothing came out of that." So I'm like, "What's the point of promoting any further?" I'm like, "That was a good action." Like,
Yeah.
I've done conferences where I've shelled out like $2,000 and booked a $500 gig.
Mhm.
But again, it's not the immediate return, it's the connections.
Yeah.
Like, I have thousands and thousands of connections of where if I need to outreach, I can do that.
Mm.
That's what you need to be successful. I just think, and then people, again, knowing who you can trust. Like, that's an
Mm.
introductory Scientology course literally called Knowing Who You Can Trust. And these comedians just they don't trust people. Bookers have screwed them over. I've had a booker not pay me.
Mhm.
And then I could have these people also, maybe they're looking at me, they're like, "I can't trust this guy." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know. I can't help you there. You gotta be willing to be helped.
Yeah.
Be willing to be helped and be willing to, like, can you learn more? Is there knowledge to be attained?
Yeah.
Is there a vacuum?
Yeah.
Like, let's fill the vacuum."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And okay, so when you do find that somebody's withholding
Yes.
their from pushing out, like, um, I mean, like, what do you encourage that person to, like, do or look at?
I don't wanna overwhelm them
Yeah, of
because I
course.
could literally, like, map out their career a year from now,
Mhm.
but that would, like, I would just be like, just one thing, like, just one social network, like, just Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, just start putting your stuff on Instagram and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Even film yourself. Just film yourself just talking, no audience. Just
Mhm.
put it on Instagram. You wanna dub in audience? You wanna dub in laughs? All power to you. But you just gotta just like, just start planting
Wait, so they make
seeds.
a video of themselves just, like, saying something, like, somewhere by themselves, and then they dub in, like, people laughing at what they say?
If they wanted to, but I mean,
Oh,
like,
okay.
but if you're in a club and no one's laughing, sometimes, like, I did that actually 20 years ago, one of my YouTube videos, I
I think
just
that would be a hilarious video, like, laughter goes here, but then there's no laughter,
it's
you
like
know?
it's like the audience is totally, like, misdirected and, like, it's like Bizarro World. But I had it where I went, like, iMovie laugh happy on one of my videos, like, 20 years ago, and I'm like, "Okay, no, not that much laughing, that much laughing." So there's, like, 5 different types of laughing I could have dubbed in. I'm like, "No, not a clap there."
Yeah.
So, yeah. But just, like, little by little, I don't wanna see you don't have to change the world. Just like change something though.
Mm,
Like a, gradient scale. Like let's find one thing. Let's get that and then see what you want to build.
yeah.
The main thing is if they don't even want to, even if they're backed off from a website, like there's something free you can have, which is it's called Linktree. And there's other
Mhm,
websites like this where it's just like,
mhm,
it's a site, which is you list your links, list your video, list your photos, maybe your LA casting for the Hollywood people or wherever you can have your photos and lists how to contact you and list
yeah,
your socials and you're good. Like
yeah.
that's it. Just have something like, cause they're new artists, like you have the it's quality. You have the quality, your stuff is there. You have quantity going into quality. You're viable enough then where you can make some money doing this. Like there should be some exchange. It may not even be on stage doing comedy. It could be being the voice of something, being
Yeah.
the talking head of something, or being an influencer, or working with a brand.
Mm,
But there's always something you can get from being a comedian and being creative and being quick. Uh, it's like there's endless. You never know. It's all connections. Like
yeah.
you never know where the next gig's gonna come from.
Yeah, well, this is one thing that Grant Cardone talks about a lot is
Yeah.
he talks about like people want to make money, but they don't realize that, money isn't just like sitting on this bookshelf. Like
Right.
people have money.
Right.
So in order to get that money, you have to have connections to people.
Right.
Like your connections to the people, those are the lines money actually moves on in the society.
And that's
So
what
if
I
you're
got
not
from Cardone.
connected to
Yeah.
people, how are you going to get any money? It's people, you know?
Right. That's why I always invoke that from Grant Cardone because it's like my wife acquired an acting school. And yeah, she
But she
has,
bought an acting school
yeah,
or
like she
acquire.
bought it from the person that had it
That's
because
great.
he was, he's actually going to join staff at an org.
Oh, cool.
And so she took it over in the classes and everything and the set pieces and the piano for the musical class.
Yeah.
But the most important thing she got, I felt, was the email list because
Mhm.
it's the 5,000, 10,000 contacts
Yes.
that you can re-engage, reactivate,
Mhm.
and use and leverage for future success.
Mhm.
Like it's all about contacts.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of contacts, I'm assuming you have a lot of contacts with people you've tutored. I wanna make sure we
Yeah.
get to this
Yes.
because you're like
Yeah.
tutor extraordinaire.
Yes. I mean, I am the New York Knicks of tutors. As a comedian,
So we should say the 2026
the
New York Knicks.
2026 Knicks.
Depending on when you see this, the
as
2026 New York Knicks were fantastic.
yeah, as a comedian, maybe I'm more like who's kind of middle of the road. No, I'm pretty good. The Yankees are pretty good. The 2026 Yankees are pretty good.
2026 Yankees.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So I'm a pretty good comedian, but I know there's something just about tutoring where I don't know. My mom's a math teacher.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have lots of old students that go back years and years and they come back to me with siblings.
Oh, wow.
Like say I get them ready for a test, then they come back to me for the placement test after
Yeah.
they get into the school they get in.
When did you start tutoring? Had to been a while ago. I mean, freaking
no, it's been like
14,000 hours.
yeah, I probably about 15 or 17 years ago at least,
Yeah,
maybe 20
yeah,
years ago,
yeah.
because I was looking for something to supplement the comedy.
Mm,
So it's like, what can I do that's hourly okay? Because I was doing these like $10 an hour temp jobs when I first moved to LA, which was the death of me.
terrible.
But and I got fired from a law mediator office at $14 an hour, thinking that was the big bucks. But I was so bad at the job, like just get me out. But and the tutoring that snowballed like basically where I'm just doing well. I'm raising my rates. Now I'm getting known. I'm getting highly ranked on like a very popular website.
Mm,
And I'm like, okay, now my time is valuable. And I get a product.
mm.
And it's easier to see.
Define that phrase, get a product.
I am trying to make what is it that the parent wants me to produce for them?
Mhm.
The parent wants me to produce the student that gets into the private school they want, or get into the college that they want, or get them that grade on the test.
Yep.
And I know how to do that. Sometimes, I've learned study technology through Scientology, which
Mhm.
is basically, how to study skills, learning how to learn. And actually, before study technology, I was very strong in math.
Mm,
My verbal was meh.
yeah.
And I had to take a full SAT test for one of my tutoring jobs. So I took it.
Oh, you took the SAT, like,
The
as an adult?
company wanted me to take it
Yeah.
as a newbie,
Yeah.
and my verbal shot up because I had study technology.
100%.
And now I can do everything. I can do both sides.
Wow.
And I can even help with essay writing if needed. But I just built the parent wanted something. They let me know right up front. And some of them, you can have a demanding parent, whether you're charging $50 an hour, you can have a demanding parent, whether you're charging $150 an hour.
Yeah.
Either way, they want their product.
Mhm.
So that means I want to make sure that they're happy by the end of it.
Mhm.
The only times where I haven't been able to get the product is if, say, the parent accidentally or tells me that they scheduled their child for a test that I had no knowledge of when they were going to do it. Because, like, I'm looking at it like I'm training them for a marathon.
Yeah.
So I want them peaking at the right time, and then I want them tapering a little towards the end.
Mhm.
And if the parent all of a sudden, like, as we're still climbing up and raising the endurance, and then like, oh, I just had him take the test, he's good now. I'm like, okay, but did he get what we wanted? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So it's like I can see everything.
Yeah.
I'm the oracle of tutoring. Yeah.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
bro. Okay, and so just in terms of, like, study technology, how like, I've always been
Yeah.
so curious on how you would apply that to, like, typical scholastics. Are most of these kids are in
Yeah. No, it's scholastic based. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what public school based.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask, is most of them are in the public school system or a public school-esque, even if
Right.
it's a private school, kinda similar curriculum.
Right.
Do you like, I guess the question for me is, like, I think back to what I learned in public school. I went to public school my
So
whole
did I.
life.
And I loved it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I liked seeing my friends. I didn't like
Yeah.
school.
Sure.
That's not true. I liked my chemistry class because I had a very demanding teacher who really actually taught. Like, I actually learned a lot.
Mhm.
I like math class too because I actually learned there as well. But
Yeah.
well, now that I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I also enjoy these other classes where I really, like, learned something and I feel
Right.
like I really, like, got the concept. I
Mhm.
really like that. If I didn't get the concept, I was like I did Chinese.
Like a doingness kind of with
No, like,
or
like, conceptual understanding of what they're
okay.
trying to get
Right.
across. Like, how to do
Yeah.
algebra, right?
Sure. It's
Like
all gradient, like not
Mhm.
being too hard, too fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So what is, like, I guess in a nutshell, how do you tutor kids? Like, what do you focus on?
I have to bring both worlds together,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is it's very unique.
Yep.
Because
That's why I asked, because, like, study technology is all about, hey, use the data.
use a
Use it to
dictionary,
Yep.
like look up your words
Mhm.
and demonstrate it if you can in some way physically.
Yep.
And when you're taking a test that's timed, you can't do that.
That's right.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's like anti-study tech.
Yeah,
It's
in
like
a
I
way,
have
yeah.
to, and
Yeah.
it's like, how do you hack that? I
Yeah.
can give them the hacks in that way.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
there's obviously, you take the SATs, all it really shows is how good you are at taking the SATs.
Mm.
Because it's not, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
they say it applies to college readiness. Sure, it's a great test.
Yeah.
ACTs, great test.
Yeah.
I look at the SATs as someone whoever did the SATs was maybe out on the quad writing the test. Whoever wrote the ACTs was someone in a room without windows. It's a much drier test. But it's in the lessons where I have to give them the study tech.
Yeah.
And most of that for me is just making sure that they understand the words. Because yes, I can have if
It's the
students
biggest barrier.
and I'll build vocab lists. Like I have vocab lists upon lists of words but I always make sure there's a sentence there. And I always, if you're a memorizer, fine, be a memorizer. But I'm saying if you know the word, you
Mhm.
don't have to memorize the word.
Mhm.
So I'll be like, we're making a sentence for this word. But if we run into it again, you're making me 2 sentences for this word.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I'm going to keep raising the stakes.
Yeah.
So I'll let them have their leeway with what they're used to.
Yeah.
But I always tutor as much as I can. And I'm a licensed applied scholastics tutor,
Oh, wow.
which is the educational group that helps get, various curriculums out to schools that have it.
Yeah.
Which just means I can use study tech. And once in a while, I'll break out a full on, like, these are the barriers to a student
Mhm.
and I'll go through it. But a lot of times it's like, let's just get your words, and I'll know when they're confused. I'll roll them back
Yeah.
on the gradient,
Yeah.
and I can always like, the best thing is all my students are online now, which is great. Like,
Yeah.
I've driven, like, hundreds of miles a week just from student to
Do you
student in
tutor
LA.
via Zoom or not Zoom, but like
Zoom is the
whatever?
greatest thing that ever happened to me. I
Wow.
started tutoring this one student in, like, Dubai, halfway around the world.
Oh,
He's like, "Do you use Zoom?" And I'm like, "What's Zoom?" Because I was just thinking of, like, Skype. I'm
Yeah.
like, and he tells you Zoom, and I bought stock in Zoom because little did I know I should have sold stock in Zoom at the height of COVID. But either way, but Zoom is like the ability for me to screen share and annotate.
Yeah.
That's all I need
Mm.
because I can immediately provide them the mass
Yeah.
of what we're going over.
Yeah.
So that if they want to
Mass
see
meaning like the
stuff,
reality, like show them what it
right.
is.
Even if like we're doing a reading passage about like Gandhi, at least I can show them like who Gandhi was.
Yeah, picture
or
of
I
him.
can show, or a lot of times with like math with shapes and diagrams and graph paper, formulas. Like I'll send off like, here, mean, median, mode, and range. This is your slide. Put it in the folder.
Yeah.
So, and they screenshot this or save it to your phone.
Yeah.
So the ability to provide mass or provide the stuff of what we're studying instantaneously, huge advantage.
Yeah.
And I think people may just like the communication cycle with me. They may just like, and also like they find out I'm a comedian. They sometimes the students like that.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of lighthearted, but I'm pretty like chilled. I'm pretty laid back. But when needed, like if it's like an accelerated, I can feel the intensity on the other side. Fine, we'll get intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Yeah.
With algebra.
Let's get nuts with slope of a line.
Yeah. Derivation. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I want to also one thing that I know Aaron really loves is and I do as well, but
Right.
Aaron, I say that because Aaron introduced me to it, is the Stand League.
Yes.
And that is an organization which puts out a ton of amazing content, basically like calling out religious discrimination.
True.
Essentially.
Yep.
And it's so like it's usually pretty punchy.
Yep.
And they've done some great work, and you've contributed as a writer. I understand.
I've been a blogger there for years. I did the Stan League podcast.
And why don't you? Oh, yeah, okay, perfect. So why don't you give like a an insider's take on like what is the Stan League and what's its function?
Stands for Scientologist Taking Action Against Discrimination. So, that way you don't have to kind of just sit back and take it.
Yep.
And it's not just obviously, there can be negative stuff in your life that you want to like just ignore the negative stuff. But then it cuts to a point where it's like, no, let's really set the information right in the area and let's clear this all up. And what I did with that podcast, I guess I'd kind of call my podcast was kind of like, in electric car terms, my podcast was like an EV1, which it had a good short run. I wanted to get Scientologists on just to talk about Scientology, give their wins. And that was good for Stan League. We did several episodes. You can find them. But at the same time, like the blogging really makes a difference. Like what you guys are doing, you and Aaron are doing, is like, that's like the Tesla of Scientology podcasting, I think. Because you're just like, that's premier. Like you're getting the people that have been successful, that have used it.
Yeah.
And what we're doing in Stan is we're trying to like slay the negative.
Yeah.
So I've blogged a lot. I've blogged about like why, I've heard comedians make jokes about Scientology, and it's like, it always misses the mark because it's coming from a place of disinformation.
Yeah.
So like, who's laughing at that? Just like other like weirdos that like search for weird stuff. Like you're not gonna like.
Wait, so you're saying when you see comedians make jokes about Scientology,
if they even go there, it's like.
Yeah.
You're
people
already,
don't typically respond well or laugh.
It's a self-defeating like mechanism because no one's gonna laugh at that.
Yeah.
Because it's like they don't know.
Yeah.
It's not based on truth. We laugh at truth.
Yeah.
We laugh at outpoints. We laugh at which means things that are not as they should be.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But there's a truth because we know what it should be.
Yeah.
When we're doing comedy.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what Scientology is and what it's really like you can't go there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I've done some stand up a little, but it's just like it does never it doesn't like there's no gain in it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just like do my faith,
Yeah.
help my people, help my groups,
Yeah.
and just move forward and do comedy about everything else. And there's plenty of everything else to do.
So much content.
But yes, Stand is a great tool to just really let's get in there. One thing I did that the people producing the content for Stand really liked was, we had 4 years ago we had a mayoral race in Los Angeles, and
Mm.
we had one person that spoke actually at an org opening. And like as one of the speakers, like a
As a
public
speaker,
leader, a local
opening a
leader, and
Scientology
and I'm not
organization.
gonna say the names because
Yeah.
they're not worth
Yeah.
mentioning.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
But they had actually been invited to a
and
Church of Scientology opening by the church.
loved one of the programs,
Yeah.
spoke about it.
Yeah.
Great. Just like you'd see a building opens. These are one of the leaders you speak about.
These are large recorded events, by the way. This
Yes.
is like broadcast to millions of people around
Right.
the world. Yeah.
And then you have the opponent, like campaign manager, using that as a negative in the campaign ad
Oh, wow.
in Los Angeles. So you have to, like that other person
Yeah.
is already like bringing basically a criminal onto his team
Yep.
to do religious bigotry.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, then you have the candidate who spoke at the event, then disavowing and being like, no, I don't believe in those practices anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the practices. You knew the community programs that we were getting involved in that are helping uplift. We're what's holding Los Angeles together.
They're like, I don't believe in making people understand
I
words.
don't think we should lower crime or curb drug use. I feel like
educating kids on what drugs really are and the effect they have on your body.
Yeah.
I don't support that anymore.
Yeah.
Like we're literally spoofing. This is literally us spoofing what that person would be saying.
Their train of thought is.
Yeah. Like that would be what they're saying basically.
So
which is like so insane. They sound so insane when you actually just list off the policies. It's like, I don't stand for people being ethical and staying with their spouse and having a family unit.
I think human rights is relative. So there was a big call to action about all that. So everyone got together. As a wrestling fan, I say we're cutting promos. We're cutting promos about this whole situation. So they like
that a thing they say in wrestling?
Yeah, we cut it like you go in the middle of the ring and you're on the mic and you say, "I'm going to get you at WrestleMania, brother."
Oh yeah, brother.
So like we're all like I cut a good promo on that situation to more I think the person that invoked that into the campaign ad than to the person that was running who had spoken on our behalf once upon a time.
Wow.
So yeah, we all just like we knew there was that blowback was noted by the LA Times and all kinds of publications because we have so many allies in the community where they're like, no, we're the good guys. Like we're here to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to like put on community events like every week, interfaith events, conferences. So that was a nice opportunity to be able to help Stand in that way. And at the same time blog and, write great posts about like David Miscavige was a great like his foresight, man. I got to blog about him on his birthday. Cause again, I'm very practical. Like he did X, Y, and Z to get all the materials like up to date. And now we have like courses for children and buildings are gorgeous and everything. So it's amazing.
Dude, what a G.
He's the G, man. Yeah. Like a G6.
Yeah, he's amazing. Okay, so I'm just so curious, what the politician, we don't have to say the name, what program did they like? Like, what was the program that they supported?
I don't remember. I would have to, I would guess it's Drug Free World.
Yeah.
That's my guess. It probably would be that, or Way to Happiness.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Just curious. It's like, yeah, man, what a sad reactive thing. You know what I mean?
And like we have the highest concentration of Scientologists in the world in Los Angeles. Like,
oh, wow.
That's maybe politicians would look at that as that's a voting block.
Yeah.
But just be an ally and don't be a bigot. That's basically the one rule to not just don't be a bigot and you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's right.
But we had like new bigot versus current bigot in 4 years ago, so that was rough.
Yeah.
Y
Bad situation to be in.
yeah,
The other thing that people don't realize is, like, if you take, like, here in Clearwater, the church is attached to the big church, down the street is attached to a hotel,
right,
and that hotel has a huge ballroom. That
sure,
ballroom is booked from January to December every weekend with local charities
yeah,
that use the ballroom to raise money for their charities, non-Scientology related,
yeah,
Christian ministries, Baptist ministries, freaking, I think there's even Jewish charities who come in, veteran
yeah,
charities, just like on and on. The list goes on. The church charges them nothing.
that's right,
I was just talking to a guy who literally is helping to set up an extra event space in a warehouse that he owns because they don't have more space there and they
yeah,
are overbooked and have more requests for people to come and do fundraisers to raise money for their charities. So he's literally setting something up. So I know for a fact right now it's literally booked 12 months in advance
that's great.
and they don't pay any. It's just like, yeah, come, let us help you.
At Celebrity Center International, there's a pavilion, and, like, the
Yeah.
types of events that I've seen going on there that have, like, whether it's pageants or showcases or all kinds of things,
Yeah.
like, it's just a space for the community.
Yeah.
So, I've done some of my panels there, and I've done like a comedy thing there, and I've also been in a charity show at Christmas there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like it's a facility to be used.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Totally. Dude. So in terms of family life, now you have your marriage, you have your two
yeah.
beautiful boys. Uh, how 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 would you say that Scientology's affect your life as like a husband and a parent? Because I know that's a big part of your kind of your entry in.
Right.
You know,
I'm more relaxed with them as a parent. The older one can get to me still. He can
how old is he?
because he's 14. So he knows.
Yeah,
But it's good, like, he kinda, like, talks sometimes like I talk, like, if I say my catchphrases, sometimes you have your catchphrases with your family, and then he'll say them back to me. But I've been pretty good with him. I did
mine
get
is mine is
yeah.
close the door behind you.
Like, how we're like, "Hello, friend." He's like, "Hello, friend," or, just silly
Oh,
stuff.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah, just, like, silly, like, mannerisms that
Yeah,
he'll mimic.
you leave and you're like, peace.
Yeah,
You
but
start
but
soon.
I mean, it's been helping me in terms of, like, letting him have more participation, give him opportunities to grow and give him opportunities to, be his own man at the same time and do what he wants
Mm.
and measure, exchange, how much give and take there is with us and how much freedom I can give him. I actually did get to audit him one time while I was training
How was
as
that?
an auditor. It was extremely difficult
Yeah,
because it was I think because I was going into it as a dad auditing their son.
yeah.
Auditing your son. So you wanna you're an auditor auditing the person in front of you, and
Hmm.
once I kind of figured that out towards the end, it went, like, super, super easy.
Wow. Yeah.
But before that, it was kinda like a circus attraction
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
But, it's been great. The Scientology's helped me become a better parent just because, like, I keep his, like, reactivity at bay as much as I
Hmm.
can, and I know I don't have the reactivity to get into him. And the younger one is easy. It's more just like I kinda catch when he has, like, little evil things he's up to, and I can kind of stem those, like, nip him in the bud as they start to percolate.
He's
But
walking up with a bat behind his brother, and you're just like, "Take
yeah,
that."
to a degree. Or he's like, he's gonna make sure he, like, trips over at this exact time and like, "No, we're not." It's like throwing myself in the place of the bullet right in
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen.
I do that sometimes with my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the marriage is very good though. We're 20 years next month, and
Wow,
she's,
congratulations.
she's here doing some services, for the next month or so. And, yeah, it's been pretty seamless. Like, we've been a pretty seamless marriage, and communicate whatever, even if it, like, ticks her off for a day or 2, it's still fine.
Yeah.
She ticked me off for a day or 2, but then, it goes, you move on, there's bigger things, bigger fish to fry, but,
Yeah.
she's an ideal scene, so
Yeah.
it's a great yeah,
That's good, bro.
yeah,
Okay, so question that we ask every guest,
yeah.
in your own words,
Mhm.
what is Scientology?
I would say, and this is borrowing a little bit of what Erica Christensen has said as the actress,
Yeah.
I'd say Scientology is a playbook of life. I go even further where I say in Scientology is the ability to kind of like see the matrix. Like if you know the movie, it's not just like, wow, I know everything and all this stuff. It's more about like you see the code and how the code kind of comes together and builds the scene. So like
Mm.
I can see how situations develop. I can see almost like ahead of time how someone's going to react to something.
Oh, 100%.
And I know like when things are being dramatized.
Mm.
And it's just an ability to kind of like take the pieces on the game board and kind of calm them down if I know they're getting unsettled.
Yeah.
But it's also a way to be like, allow me to know to stick to what I know, allows me to stick to my guns, and it allows me to like kind of, validate what I already can do and what I want to be and
Yeah.
I guess what I want to have.
Amazing, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
One last question just
Yes.
for the starving artists out there.
Yeah.
What is your general, like, what do you tell? So set the stage. You do seminars for comedians
Yeah. It's
who
like
are
how to make a living in comedy and entertainment.
beautiful. Good. So that leads directly into my question.
Right.
What do you advise them? And obviously you have a lot of experience in this. What do you advise them in terms of getting a proper exchange? You mentioned this earlier, but getting a proper exchange, meaning getting paid for what you do and
Yeah.
probably not being in a situation where you're like, my gig's going to be $10,000 and you get no gigs versus I'll charge $100. And it's like, dude, you could be getting $1,000 and actually
Yeah.
feeding yourself and your family. How do you help comedians navigate that? And what's kind of like your general rule with that?
It depends on the venue type. Like I know when you're starting out, fine, get $50 for this thing or get $100 for this thing.
Yeah.
But, again, if I'm doing a college, I know their budget. If I'm, if Microsoft is going to bring me in to do an event for them, that's not what I'm charging Microsoft.
Yeah.
You have to just know your audience. Like obviously if it's a private show, that's one person's budget. If it's a company show, that's a company's budget that has an earmarked entertainment expense.
Yeah.
So you have that will come after you get the experience of just being able to get yourself out there on avenues that can get you paid. I mean, sure, you could randomly just text people in your phone like, "Hey, you want to pay me for some comedy? I'll do some comedy for your for friends. You want to try out a roast for you guys? I want to roast you guys." No, just like make
Dude,
sure
my friends gave me as a high school graduation gift?
What?
A roast.
They roasted you.
We went to an
Those are
IHOP and they
great.
roasted me.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Even before I was a comedian, I roasted my college track coach really well. Like there was just something about it. There's just like a certain structure, and as you watch like the Tom Brady, Kevin Hart roasts, there's like you follow the formula, takes care of itself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
they got you good.
Oh yeah.
What was the most repetitive joke they made about you?
Oh man. Probably. I mean, in high school, I was very well behaved.
Okay.
Like incredibly well behaved.
Yeah.
I literally did not miss a single period of class without having like an excused like absence. And I never got written up. I never got a referral. So they probably it was like some version of like you're a goody two shoes was like kind of like the calm, the entire like the repetitive calm.
Right.
But they went like to the wall with it. I mean, like obscene. Yeah. It was amazing. It was hilarious. Like it was literally probably 18-year-olds in the back room of it. We literally got the back room of an IHOP.
Nice.
Yeah, Newport Richie, and just freaking went to town for like 2 hours. It was hilarious.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was so good.
That's good.
Evan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today, brother. This is
times. Don't do nothing.
And remember, don't do nothing.
Yes.